Hello, this is Anton, and you're watching Antunes. It's been a while since I made a fan art video, but I have been collecting a lot of fan art since I got into comics and drama recently. So I'm dedicating this video to pretty much everything I managed to find over the months. Now, before we start, I just wanted to quickly explain to new subscribers who's in the Antunes universe, so that the fan art you'll see will make sense. Before the year 2020, I used to experiment in animation and games with different characters since 2014. Mr. Sneaks was the first one, then came the Bully King, Delight, Santria and Sprout, Foofy, and Phonrikers. And then finally in 2020 came Mr. Freaks, the current Antunes mascot, and also the one that most people associate me with. He's by far the most popular character I've ever made, considering how much fan art you'll see here. Contrary to the popular belief, Mr. Freaks is not transphobic. I can see where the idea came from, but actually his profession is gender reassignment surgery, so he deals with trans people on a regular basis and gets paid to do so. I even made a few animations and comics about this. But I still want to show the fan art of the lesser known characters, as each piece took time and effort to produce, which I always greatly appreciate. No matter how many times people try to destroy my career and cancel me, the fans supported me and this channel for a long time, so this video is dedicated entirely to your work. And before we begin, a warning to you all. The following fan art will contain some lewd and not suitable for work art. It will be censored, of course, but some of you may still find it uncomfortable. We'll begin with the Antunes and Stonetoss ship, or Antoss, as some like to call it. So I'm guessing most of you are still not familiar with Stonetoss. I'm saying this because I see how little of you have watched my drama videos. So in a nutshell, he's one of the most popular political comic artists online. Oh, and he also worked on Disney's Owl House. Since I joined the political comics community in the spring months of 2020, a lot of people quickly started to compare me to Stonetoss, as we both shared the same political beliefs, and also because I used Mr. Freaks in most of my comics, who is very white, as you can see, just like the Stonetoss people. Anyway, after I became friends with Stonetoss and my comics started to appear on Antifa Stonetoss subreddit, I guess the detractors got the perfect shipping material, because apparently gay art is meant to be used as an attack. Kind of homophobic if you ask me. Some of the fan art displayed here is quite cute. It shows a lot of time and effort that went into it. I may sell it as an NFT even, because why not? Not all of this art is good, of course, showing that the artist's passion was stronger than their art skills, but it's always good to have room for improvement. I think I'll just shut up for now and let you enjoy the rest of this short segment without commentary. This next part is going to be focused on the little gang of Antifa/communist artists. When I was on Twitter, they always seemed to be posting and interacting together, and of course got pissed together whenever I made a comic. I kinda saw them as the gang Green Gang from the Powerpuff Girls. It's interesting that this group entirely consists of trans women and one cis woman, who I'm not sure is still cis. One of their members made an entire collection dedicated to me. Anyway, their quality of fan art varies, but usually it's decent art skills, when it's not about cocks and balls, that is, as they seem to have an obsession with drawing these. The leader of this group, Squirrely Jack, recently got banned off Twitter. Maybe minors were not happy seeing this type of art on their feed. Oh, and what triggered them the most was when I announced that I would be using their OCs in my video game, Pill Fighter. That was fun, but I later removed them, since they weren't really doing comics. Comics that are funny, I mean. Forgot to mention one thing about Squirrely Jack, a trans woman. I always found it interesting that she drew this furry thing fan art with a burning trans flag before she became trans herself. I guess Squirrely Jack was so full of guilt and shame she decided to transition. Now where did I hear that? Before the next section of the video, I'll leave you here with some randomly selected fan art pieces that range from being very good, bad, or just cringe. Enjoy! This section will focus on fan art depicting my cartoon avatar that I use in all of my commentary type videos. So this art is directly based on me, or as the cringe artists call it, persona, and not my creations. This fan art type is more personal, as the artists follow my more obscure content, such as my history of animation videos, so it gives a cozy feeling, knowing that there's people who enjoy this sort of stuff. Here's another funny story related to this piece. It was made by Cool Joe from the animation channel, who did that cringy, literally Hitler cartoon. He was very happy when I traced his OCs in one of my videos, so he made me fan art. I really liked the cute design he made, and the giant hands especially, so I decided to animate it. I'm still a bit sad he never replied, but it's funny he has a problem with tracing in public while he himself traces in his videos. Another Meat Canyon type hypocrisy, I guess. And for this obscure section, I forgot to mention that there's some secondary characters that were introduced in my comics and cartoons, and they include Mr. Freaks' ex-girlfriend, Miss Heels, the tomboy girl who was saved by Miss Heels, Mr. Freaks' little niece, Freaksy, and finally Mr. Leaves, an African-American Antunes character and a friend of Mr. Freaks. There's also Mr. Beats, who was introduced in one of my animations. Mr. Beats, unlike Mr. Sneaks and Mr. Freaks, can actually talk and even rap. Mr. Beats apparently has a cult following, considering someone made Church of Beats account on Instagram to post all their fan art. So this portion of the video is dedicated to these minor characters, who I'm surprised got so much love and support as well. This part of fan art will focus on drama with Papi-chan, a popular Twitter artist who loves playing victim and suicide baiting at the smallest sign of criticism. Unfortunately, I didn't know any of this until I put her Fat Snoopy OC in Pill Fighter. That's when her fans started to harass me for weeks, doxed and threatened me. I made a few videos talking about her and her toxic fandom, so you can check them later. Oh, and if you want more up-to-date information on this person, check out the Massive Kiwi Farms thread that documents an entire list of people she has harassed but claimed that she's the victim in every situation. It includes the entire history of her drama and why she's a lolcow. Anyway, the fan art of this drama is pretty simple, and most of it is done by small children, followers of Papi-chan. Too bad for them, Papi-chan also tends to quote-unquote accidentally post her cartoon porn where most of her underage followers can see it, so Papi-chan can quote-unquote accidentally advertise her commissions. So for the break period, here's another portion without me talking. There's tons of fan art to cover here in this video, so I'm trying to make it more compact. Sorry, I'm gonna break the silence for this bit here. Now, I'm not really sure about this specific art that I found on Twitter. It's probably not supposed to be Mr. Sneaks, but wow, does it look similar or what? One funny story happened to this TikTok video. So one artist wanted to say how racist my art is with a little Mr. Freaks doodle who has the misspelled word racist written over his chest. So when my Discord server got a hold of it, everyone loved the little doodle so much that we made it into an official emoji of the server called Racist, which led to another artist, Thumb, to make a whole universe surrounding the little racist and his big brother. Thumb is a talented artist and an animator who's working on a fully animated short starring Racist and Big Bro. Stay tuned. This section is kinda its own category, even if it's partially related to the Papi-chan drama. The final months of 2020 was when the drama was at its peak, with clout chasers and grifters making videos on me almost on a weekly basis, pretending they are doing God's work by lying about pretty much everything related to me. But today, as I record this, all of these channels gave up on the commentary genre completely. Well, except Devpina, who hasn't stopped yet, but I think he will fall soon just like the rest, especially after his doxing drama, when more of his twisted stuff has come out to the surface. Most of these other commentary channels are either dead or they moved on to weeb and cartoon reviews, because they know how much hypocrisy they spew. Creepshow Art and Prisonmate Luke paid the biggest price in all of this. Oh well.
Is that your persona? That's cringe.
This person Inkblot has made a very fun animated parody of the drama I was in. It's surprisingly well made, and you can tell he can go far with such nice animation and editing skills. Check out his channel for more of his works. You've probably noticed the pattern of some of the fan art you've seen so far. This early 2000s style fan art is made by Crimson Black. Initially she was an Antunes hater, but later saw the light and converted to an Antunes fan. She's now one of the most active members in the Antunes fandom, who also calls out some of my toxic fans. Hate to say it, but every fandom has toxicity, no matter how hard you try to sugarcoat it. And I'm glad the moderators of my server now purge anyone who falls in this wasteful category. Now it's time for another silent showcase before the next segment. Hey, this is pretty great fan art, right? Well, looking at the person's Twitter account, it can seem at first like it's a neat style, until you get to, oh my god. This sock person, who's definitely not a sock puppet account, has a very twisted mind, it seems. They make standard cute family-friendly stuff, but also BDSM, war, scat, and pretty much anything else you can imagine in the not suitable for life category. They also apparently just turned 17. Such a shame what internet can do to kids these days. This following fan art belongs to one artist who doesn't want to be named, in fear they would get cancelled for drawing Antunes art. And sadly that's a legitimate fear, considering how crazy Twitter is. I really want to show how cute and wholesome some of their art is, but to protect their identity I blurred out their images. What is also sad is that just like the sock person I talked about earlier, this artist also loves drawing creepy cartoon porn of my characters. Let's all pray for this artist. Quickly want to mention this thing, which was made by one of the autists on the Discord server. I don't know what is it in this idiotic looking face that is so appealing, but I made sure it's a server emoji when you type in tard. The same autist also made this. Cute. Here is one of the biggest fans I've seen so far. I mean, getting a custom Mr. Freaks plushie that was never even announced is next level of dedication. Also, that's a great merch idea. This person, who goes by the name of Ashley Fluffy, is a talented artist and an animator who at a very young age can create such pieces. And not to mention, she has already good skills in animation. You can check out her YouTube channel and show support, a very underrated channel. And in the last part of the video, we'll take a look at the Kill Antunes subgenre. Here, as the name suggests, the artists depict me or Mr. Freaks, who they think is me, being tortured, killed, or just shown dead. This art became particularly popular after Papi-chan falsely accused me of commissioning someone to draw her fat Snoopy OC getting lynched. To this day, there's still plenty of people who still think I would pay for such art. I mean, I do have an acquired taste, but I'm pretty sure I can draw better lynched art than this for free. So after this event I was inspired enough to draw her fat Snoopy OC getting beheaded. And boy, did I upset a lot of people who can't tell the difference between a cartoon animal and a real person. Oh wait, I lied. There's some more fan art left to be shown, so I'm gonna leave you with it. But before I go, I want to thank every single one of you for all the fan art you've made. I love all of it, regardless if it's cringe or not. Putting effort is what matters in the end, and I greatly appreciate it. If you have some fan art you'd like to send me, you can do so through my Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Newgrounds, and Discord accounts. Thanks for watching, and until next time.